Hello. Hi. If you guys are hopping on live, let me know if you can hear me because I have a new mic plugged in and I'm not convinced it's working. So comment below when you hop on. I'm really excited about this. So I am a hiring and team building coach, if you don't already know that, and part-time candle maker. You can see my candles behind me. If you haven't been following me, I've been talking about my candles a lot. But I've noticed something coming up. Yay, I see we have people hopping on. Let me know if you can hear me, because I'm not convinced this mic is working. Hey, Carly. Yay. I have been noticing this coming up in my one-on-one clients and other contractors that I've seen. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. I swear, I tried this mic in another live and it did not work. Okay, so this has been coming up. So with my one-on-one clients, I do everything up until the interview for them. So we work together for me to create your job posting and post it, sort through all the applications. And I've been sorting through 89 applications for my client, 89. And that's crazy high. Normally when people go through my process, they get still like 40 to 60, which is a lot. And that's not to say you're going to interview 40 to 60 people or be stuck having like DM conversations with 40 to 60 people, but you'll have options and you'll have people to invite to round two. So anyways, as I've been going through these 89 applicants for her, I've noticed a pattern and something I see that drives me crazy. So I'm going to share these two things that you are missing from your job posting. So the first thing is sharing who you are and what you do. I see this happen so often where people will make this job posting where they're like, I'm looking for a social media manager and this person needs to have these things and this skill and like this experience, or I'm looking for an executive assistant or project manager and this describes you, and you do a really good job of painting the picture of who that person is and what the role might entail, but you don't share who you are or what you do or what your business does or what your core values are or anything about yourself and your company. And this is so key. I am almost certain this is why we had 89 applications for my client, is because she is in the wedding industry and bridal hair, salon, makeup, all that stuff. That's what her business is. And we talked about that. Like the whole beginning of the job posting is like what her company is, what her core values are. You know, it's a family-run business, like this is what our mission is, like sharing everything about you, or her in this case. And we had so many people who that spoke to, who applied, where they're like, I used to own a salon, or I'm really into beauty and makeup, or I just had my wedding, you know, last year and it was so much fun to plan, like I love the industry. Like people were specifically drawn to this posting because she was sharing about what she does and who she is. And people want to know that. Like, you're not just hiring a random person. Like, you want these people on your team to be connected to your mission and connected to you and, like, really invested in your business. So that starts in the beginning. It starts with your job posting. Like, yeah, you can post you're looking for a social media manager, and I'm sure you'll get you know, a bunch of people applying, but are they people who are aligned with your business and who are aligned with your mission and who actually know who you are at all? So that's the first thing you're missing, is talking about you. And it feels backwards where you're like, but they should want to want the job because it's a job, or why do they care who I am? I care who they are. Like, we kind of think about it backwards, but you're really selling yourself. You're selling your business and you're selling your team and you're selling, it's like a sales page for this position. Like, you want to attract the right people, repel the wrong people. So talking about yourself and your business is key. So that's the first thing you're missing. The second thing you're missing is only asking questions about their skill. So I see a lot of people, they'll post a job posting saying, hey, we're looking for a social media manager, fill out this application. And sometimes that's all it really says. And then it'll take them to the application, and the application is, asking for samples of their work. It's asking for maybe profiles, like send me an Instagram profile you've managed, or just like a lot of experience type questions. What's your rate? But it doesn't ask anything like about their character or about their personality or how they show up. And you don't need to go like super deep into that in that first round of hiring, because I do suggest having multiple rounds of, step 1 is to apply, step 2 is to do this, step 3 is the interview. But something I love, okay, so I was going through these 89 applications for my one-on-one client, and we put a question in there, and I love this, so you might want to write this down. I don't know if I got this online or I didn't come up with it myself, but the question is, would you rather in real life be able to copy and paste or undo? And I loved reading these responses, because not only did it give me, and why, so like why would you rather do that? Not only did it give me an insight into like how they think, but also just like it gives you a good idea if they'd be a good culture fit. So if your business is really growth focused and you're in that personal development space, then someone who puts, well, I'd rather be able to undo so I can go back and fix all my old mistakes, I don't know, that's probably not going to be a good fit. Like, you want someone who wants to learn from their mistakes or not be afraid to make mistakes and like fail. So I noticed in the beginning, like the first 30 applications I read, everyone was like, I'd rather copy and paste. I don't want to undo because, of what I just said. They're like, I want to learn from my mistakes. I don't believe in, having a do-over. So that would seem like it's the right answer. But hey, Brittany, but what I love is that there is no right answer if you have the reason why. Because then I got to some people, and there were quite a few people who said they would rather undo, because the way they interpreted that question was that copying and pasting is not original. And they hate when they're copied and pasted at, like I'm sure you've all got those messages where it's just someone clearly copying and pasting the same message, or yeah, they just felt like it took away their originality. I'm like, damn, that's a good answer. Like I didn't read that question that way at all. So it also gives you that insight into like the way they think, or I love asking questions that have nothing to do with their tactical skills, and more to do with the way they think, their character, how they show up. It's so fun. It's so fun. And there's no right or wrong answer. I love asking those questions too. Another question I love asking is, if you had the world's attention for 30 seconds, what's the one thing you'd want to share? Holy shit, like there's no right or wrong answer to that, but it's so cool the answers people come up with. Some people just get real deep with it, and some people just keep it lighthearted and fun, and like both, there's nothing wrong with either of those. And that's like a core value thing, that there's a couple other questions you can ask that kind of lead to people's core values in a roundabout kind of way. But I love asking these questions in the first round. In the first round, I don't even specifically ask them about their experience. A lot of them include it, and I like to see it. If they're like, yeah, I've been a social media manager for, the past 3 years, or I'm just getting started or whatever, like that's great. But it's not like, that's not what I want to know yet. I want to see if they'd be a good culture fit. I want to see who they are, and then I'll invite you to share more and get to know you more and get to know more about your skills and maybe see some samples or whatever. So those are the two key things you're missing. The first one is talking about yourself and selling yourself and your business, so that these people are like climbing over each other to work with you in particular. And then the second one is asking questions that aren't related to skill, like only focusing on skill is not the way to go when you're hiring, because you'll end up with a team that is not connected. With skipping both of these steps, you're going to end up with a team that's not connected to you, they're not connected to your mission, and there will be high turnover. Like I've seen that happen, where there's no sense of, I'm just repeating myself, but no sense of like connection to the core mission of the business or to your underlying why. Like if you don't share that, then like they're not going to care if they're working for you or if they're working for someone else. And that's something I love about my team, is that they love working with me. Like my social media manager now, she's been with me for over a year, and she's had a lot of other clients in that year, but I've been her longest and most consistent client, and I want that. Like she wants more clients, but she doesn't want to stop working with me. And I know plenty of other people who are like, I don't care. If someone offers me more money, I'm going to take it. Or if someone offers me better hours, I'm going to take it, or whatever. And having these two things, like setting it up from the beginning in your job posting, like setting the stage as early as possible, is really going to make that big difference. So I see we have a couple more people having on. If you guys have questions, or if you missed the first thing, go back and watch the replay. I want to keep this one short so that you guys can easily digest it. And yeah, Carly, you said you've seen those questions a few times. Yes, they're so good. There's so many questions like that just like cut past all the bullshit and help you like really see who these people are. And you want to know who they are. Like they're on your team. They're representing your business. So I love that you've seen these out in the wild. And yeah, hope you guys have a great Monday. And let me know if you have any specific questions about job postings. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things. All right. Bye, guys.